So for class setup number 1, we're going to be running it up with the Ram 7. We're getting a little bit wild here because this is going to be a very underrated assault rifle. We're starting off with the muzzle, and I do recommend rocking the Cassis brake. Take advantage of improved firing aiming stability and horizontal recoil on this assault rifle. A great attachment to mitigate a lot of the recoil. Now, we are going to be running a barrel on this class setup as well, and I do recommend running the Cormac 40 heavy barrel. There's going to be a great attachment on the Ram, further improving that recoil control as well as bullet velocity and range, so we can use this weapon very easily at those medium to longer ranges. This is going to be a laser beam setup. We are going to be rocking an underbarrel on this build, and I do recommend running the Bruen heavy support grip for more stability so we can smooth out that recoil pattern, giving us a very easy to use assault rifle. Now, we are going to be doubling back over to the stock, and I do recommend running the HVS 3.4 pad to further improve that recoil control as well as gun kick. We're going to need it with this assault rifle. And then finally, we are going to be utilizing an optic on this setup, and I do recommend running the JAK glassless, not only for a clean and precision optic picture, but we're also taking advantage of more firing aiming stability as well as less visual recoil, which is going to be helping out tenfold. Overall, a great Ram build you can use to dominate at those medium to longer ranges. Once you jump in the firing range, you're going to see here that we have a class setup that has a respectable ADS, but it is going to be a very accurate build, so definitely go ahead and give this a try if you're looking to shake up the current meta with an assault rifle that is very underrated. For the remainder of the build, we are going to be rocking the Renetti with the conversion kit. I rock this class setup on all of my setups because this is going to be a great Renetti, giving us the ability of transforming it into a submachine gun. We're also going to be rocking the 50 round drum we have on the exoskeletal vertical grip. We're going to be utilizing the compensated flash hider, and we also have the slate reflector for ease of use at those medium ranges. Now, do not forget to equip munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate to regen your health after each and every gunfight, and we are also going to be rocking the bone conduction headset so we can hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier. Now, the vest is also going to be very important. I rock the comms vest on all of my class setups because we're going to be getting a 24/7 UAV. Every time you kill somebody and run over their body, they are dropping a radar beacon letting you know exactly where everyone is at. Amazing. The Ram 7 is a very underrated assault rifle. Do not sleep on this. It's not the MCW or the MTZ 556, but it definitely can pack a serious punch. For class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the MCW, but we're going to be transforming it into a submachine gun. This is actually one of the fastest killing weapons in the entire game when you equip the JAK Raven kit, effectively transforming this assault rifle into a run and gun submachine gun. Check this out immediately. Now, we are going to be rocking an underbarrel on this build, and I do recommend running the DR6 hand stop to further improve that close range handling as well as movement. This is a great attachment with the conversion kit. We are going to utilize a muzzle, and I do recommend going ahead and returning to the Shadow Strike suppressor. I know a lot of people like to rock the Scratch 20L suppressor or even the VT7 Spiritfire. This is all we need on this MCW build, taking ourselves off the radar and giving us zero cons. Now, we are going to run a barrel on this build, and I do recommend running the heavy short barrel. Kind of a contradictory statement, but it's going to be a great attachment, further improving that close range handling and performance with that movement speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. And then finally, we are going to be utilizing a stock on this build, and I definitely recommend running the A90 Venom stock. This is going to be a great attachment, further improving more close range attributes with that improved sprint speed, movement speed, and aim walking speed. This is going to be a great hybrid assault rifle that you can run and gun and absolutely dominate. I just made a video on this. I had to include it in my top 5 for those of you who have missed out. This is a nasty build. We have great aim walking speed, and even though we are not running any recoil controlling attachments, this weapon is going to be very controllable and offering one of the fastest TTKs in game in multiplayer as well as Warzone. Now, we have on the Renetti same exact attachments as my previous class setup, and we are rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, compression plate, bone conduction headset, and the good old comms vest. Overall, a great class setup. Definitely do not sleep on the MCW. It is seriously one of the best run and gun weapons in the game currently. For class setup number 3, we got the good old MTZ 556. This is one of the best ARs in the entire game currently. Personally, I enjoy using this weapon a lot more at longer ranges over the MCW as well as the Holger 556. For the first attachment, we are going to run a muzzle, and I do recommend going ahead and putting on the compensated flash hider. Overall, a great attachment on the MTZ, taking us off the radar for a short period of time, but also boosting up our long range performance with that recoil control. Now, we are going to run a barrel on this build, and the MTZ Clinch Pro barrel is phenomenal on this weapon. We're going to be improving that bullet velocity, damage range, aim idle sway, and fire aiming stability. For a long range assault rifle, this is going to be money and definitely an attachment to not sleep on. Now, we are going to run an underbarrel on this setup, and because this gun already has very low recoil, we are going to take the advantage of rocking the DR6 hand stop on this weapon as well to further improve that close as well as medium range performance with that improved movement speed, sprint to fire speed, aim walking speed, and more aim down sight speed. An absolute W on this assault rifle. We are going to be going ahead and rocking a stock on this build, and we're going to be rocking the MTZ Marauder stock here, overall improving more gun kick and recoil. We're going to need this because we're going to be running this weapon at those longer ranges. And then finally, we are going to utilize an optic on this setup. We're not going to rock the Jack glasses because it's not necessary on an already low recoil weapon, but instead we're going to go ahead and take a page from the Pro Player book, and we are going to be utilizing the Mark III reflector, giving us a clean optic picture and zero cons. This is overall one of the best long-range meta assault rifles here in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer currently. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see here we have a class that has a lightning fast aim down sight as well as very, very controllable recoil. It's something you want to use right now if you're looking to run and gun but still have the ability to go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. Now, again, we have on the Renetti same exact class setup as my 2 previous builds, and we are rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, as well as bone conduction headset with the good old comms vest, giving us that 24/7 UAV. I absolutely love the MTZ 556. A lot of people are thinking this weapon did receive a buff. It didn't. It's just becoming more meta after a lot of other guns are getting nerfs. Now, for class setup number 4, we're taking a look at quite possibly the best gun in the entire game, the Supre 46. This submachine gun is incredible. No matter how you build it, it is a hard meta weapon. Now, we're starting off with the muzzle, and I am going to be recommending running the Shadow Strike Suppressor S on the Supre for this specific build. We're taking advantage of just removing ourselves off the radar, no cons, and absolute W. Now, we are going to run a barrel on this class setup, and I do recommend running the Zulu Op 3 light barrel. This is going to be giving us a lot of mobility and overall allowing us to walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight with this submachine gun. Now, we are also going to go ahead and run an underbarrel on this build. I do recommend running the XRK Edge BW4 hand stop on the Supre 46. This is going to be extending our close range performance and allowing us to have improved aim walking speed, movement speed, aim down sight speed, as well as sprint to fire speed on this very universal submachine gun. We are not running ammunition, we are not running a magazine, we are not running a rear grip, but we are going to be running a stock on this class setup. We're going to be utilizing the Jack Cutthroat to maximize that aim walking speed and overall allowing us to dominate, absolutely dominate at those close to medium ranges. And then finally, we are going to be utilizing an optic on the setup, and because we are not running any recoil controlling attachments, this is where we're going to make that change with the Jack glasses, bumping up firing aiming stability, less visual recoil, and giving us a precision sight picture. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a nasty class you definitely do not want to sleep on. We have one of the fastest ADSs in game. I mean, look at how ridiculously fast this aim walking speed is, and we're still going to have a controllable SMG you can use at longer ranges as well. This setup is ridiculous. I mean, look at how quick this is, man. It doesn't make any sense how fast the Supri can be when you are aiming down sights and walking. Like, you can't even sprint that fast with a lot of the guns in the game currently. For the remainder of the build, we have on the Renetti, overall amazing, same exact attachments as my previous builds. We are rocking munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, as well as bone conduction headset, and the good old comms vest for that 24/7 UAV. Seriously, the Supri 46 with this build is broken. Do not sleep on it. Hands down, one of the best SMGs to use as of right now. And then finally, for class setup number 5, we have the FJX Horus. Man, this weapon received a nerf this update. We're gonna go ahead and return it back to its former glory by utilizing the conversion kit. If you guys are unaware, the conversion kit actually received a buff, so this is gonna be the way to go, giving us a long range meta submachine gun. It's a submachine gun AR hybrid. Now, we are going to be going ahead and running an underbarrel on this build, and because we have to correct a lot of the sprint to fire speed cons, we are utilizing the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop to improve sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and the added bonus of having vertical recoil control as well as gun kick control with this class setup. Now, we are also going to be utilizing a muzzle on here, and we're going to be rocking the Shadow Strike Suppressor S. You do not want to slow down the aim down sight speed or the sprint to fire speed on the submachine gun AR hybrid, so it's going to be worth your while just taking yourselves off the radar, and that's it. Overall, a great attachment. Now, we are going to be going ahead and running an optic on this setup. This is going to be a good attachment to use on this submachine gun, and I do recommend going ahead and taking the Mark the Reflector as your optic of choice. We just need a clean optic picture. We don't need help with any more recoil control, and we definitely do not want to have the cons that come associated with that. And then finally, we are going to be utilizing a stock on the setup, and I do recommend going ahead and putting on the Modus 30 stock, which is going to be overall improving more aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, as well as movement speed on the submachine gun, an attachment we definitely need. Definitely give this class setup a try. I absolutely love it on the FJX Horus. It's going to be correcting a lot of the cons this weapon does have. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to see here that, again, we are going to be having a respectable sprint to fire speed, a good and quick ADS speed for a submachine gun, and we overall have a very, very low recoil weapon you can use at all ranges. Remember, this is the way to rock the FJX Horus if you do not want to have it feel nerfed like it did get at the start of this update. Remember the setup we have on the Renetti, same exact class setup, and we are going to be utilizing munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, the compression plate, bone conduction headset, and the good old comms vest for that 24/7 UAV to help us get those DNA bombs. Overall, a great build that you cannot go wrong with. These are going to be the top 5 overpowered guns to use right now here in Modern Warfare 3 after the recent update in Season 4. These are definitely some builds you should check out if you're trying to secure your first DNA bomb. The Ram 7 is good, as well as the Supri 46 if you're looking for a max mobility class setup. If you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those notifications, let me know down in the comment section right now. What is your favorite gun to use currently here in multiplayer? Deuces.